The cerebrum is also called as brain in the Latin language. Okay, the cerebrum is the largest part of central nervous system, situated in the anterior, middle and the posterior cranial fossa. The cerebrum is the largest part of the central nervous system, situated in the anterior, middle and the posterior cranial fossa. It is separated. It consists of two cerebral hemispheres. The two cerebral hemispheres are separated from each other by the median longitudinal fissure. It is separated from each other by the medial. See, when you join your two palms, you see the line of separation. Got it? This line of separation is called as the medial longitudinal fissure. So, the medial longitudinal fissure separates the two cerebral hemispheres, but the two cerebral hemispheres are joined together by the corpus callosum. The two cerebral hemispheres are joined together by the corpus callosum. This cerebrum, if you see, the surface is not even, very uneven surface. The cerebrum has got uneven surface. Why this uneven surface? Because there are presence of many elevations and many depressions. Okay, there are presence of many elevations and many depressions. The elevations that are present are called as the gyri, and the depressions that are present are called as the sulci. Got it? The elevations are called as the gyri and the depressions are called as the sulci. Got it? The gyri are separated from each other by the sulci that are present, and these sulci have been given names according to the region. If the sulcus is present in the central part, it is called as the central sulcus. If the sulcus is present in the frontal part, it is called as the frontal sulcus. Got it? If it is present in the occipital part, it is called as the occipital sulcus. Okay? This sulci and gyri, they are so compactly situated, they increase the surface area of the brain. They increase the surface area of the cerebrum. The surface area of the cerebrum is almost 2000 square centimeters. The surface area of the cerebrum is 2000 square centimeters. Now, the general features of the cerebrum. The external features of the cerebrum, it has got three surfaces, it has got four borders, and it has got two poles, and it has got four lobes. Okay, so it has got three surfaces, three poles. Got it? It has got three surfaces, three poles, four borders, and four lobes. Okay, it has got four borders and four lobes. So all these things I will diagrammatically show you. Now this is Zina, ये दिख रहा क्या? देख, this is the surface of the cerebrum. Okay, this is the surface of the cerebrum. थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा हो गया. I'll draw it properly. Okay. So see, this is the surface of the cerebrum. Okay. Now what we are going to see, this is the superolateral surface. Okay. This is the superolateral surface, or we will talk about the surface of the cerebrum. Now the cerebrum consists of three poles. This is the anterior pole, this is the posterior pole, and this is the lateral pole. Okay, this is the anterior, actually this one. This is the anterior pole, this is the posterior pole, and this is the lateral pole. The anterior pole is also called as the frontal pole. Got it? The anterior is called as the frontal pole. The posterior is called as the occipital pole. Got it? And the lateral is called as the temporal pole. Got it? So these are the three poles of the cerebrum. The anterior pole or the frontal pole, the posterior pole or the occipital pole, the lateral pole or the temporal pole. Okay, these are the three poles of the cerebrum. Now, okay, now the three surfaces. the three surfaces to show you is, okay, these are the two cerebral hemispheres. So this portion which you see is the superolateral surface. This portion which you see is the medial surface, and the one which is on the inferior side is the inferior surface. So the three surfaces of the cerebrum are the superolateral surface, the medial surface, and the inferior surface. Okay, the superolateral surface, the medial surface, and the inferior surface, and the three poles are the frontal pole, the occipital pole, and the temporal pole. The frontal pole, the occipital pole, and the temporal pole. Surfaces are superolateral surface, medial surface, and the inferior surface. Okay. Now the four borders. The four borders are, this is the superior border. Got it? This is the superior border. This is called as the superomedial border. Got it? This upper half is called as the superomedial border. This lower portion, this is the inferior-medial border. Got it? This is the superomedial border. This is the inferior-medial. This is the inferior-medial border. Okay? Superomedial border, inferior-medial border. Now remaining is this portion, and remaining is this portion. Okay? Remaining is this portion and this portion, isn't it? So this is called as the medial orbital border. Got it? This anterior part is called as the medial orbital border, and this posterior is called as the posterior or medial occipital border. Got it? So this is the medial orbital, OB. Got it? And this is occipital, so OC. So mob and mop. Got it? And the anterior part is mob. That is the medial orbital border, and the posterior part is the medial occipital border, and this is the infero-lateral border, not infero-medial but infero-lateral border. Okay, so to repeat the borders again, we have the superior-medial border in the upper part. In the anterior part, you have the medial orbital border. In the posterior part, you have the medial occipital border, and in the inferior part, you have the infero-lateral border. Got it? You have the infero-lateral border. Now, these are the borders of the cerebrum. So by now, you must have understood the poles, the surfaces, and the borders. The three poles are the frontal pole, the occipital pole, and the temporal pole. Frontal pole in the anterior part, occipital pole in the posterior part, and temporal pole in the lateral part. Isn't it? Then the three surfaces are superolateral surface, medial surface, and the inferior surface. Got it? And the inferior surface. Now remaining are the lobes. The lobes of the cerebrum. The cerebrum consists of the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the occipital lobe, and the temporal lobe. So this portion in the front is the temporal lobe. The middle one, this one is the parietal lobe. Got it? Is the parietal lobe. Then this one, which is on the posterior part, is the occipital lobe. Got it? And this is the temporal lobe. Got it? So these are the four lobes of the cerebrum. The frontal lobe, by mistake I wrote temporal. This is the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the occipital lobe, and the temporal lobe. Okay? You have the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the occipital lobe, and the temporal lobe. So, to revise again the whole thing, we have the cerebral hemispheres. They consist of three poles: frontal pole, occipital pole, temporal pole. Got it? Then we have the three surfaces, the superolateral surface, the medial surface and the inferior surface. The four borders are the superomedial border, the medial orbital border, the medial occipital border and the inferolateral border. Got it? The inferolateral border. The three lobes are the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the occipital lobe and the temporal lobe. Frontal, parietal, occipital and the temporal lobe. So these are the general features on the superolateral aspect of the cerebrum. Got it? These are the whole of the cerebrum consists of all these things. Okay? Now, as I told you, the cerebrum consists of various sulci and gyri. Got it? It consists of various sulci and gyri. In anatomy, we are supposed to know the structure. Okay? The details of it will be taught to you in physiology. Okay? So, we have the various sulci and gyri. We are supposed to know where these sulci and gyri are present, what are the names of the sulci and gyri, that we are supposed to know. Okay, so now I'll draw it in this direction. Okay, this way. This is the cerebrum. Okay, this is the cerebrum. Okay, now this cerebrum consists of various sulci and gyri. Okay, the various sulci and gyri are. Now you have the superomedial border over here. This, isn't it? This is the superomedial border. Slightly behind the midpoint of the superomedial border, there is presence of a sulcus. Got it? There is presence of a sulcus. This sulcus is called as the central sulcus. Got it? This sulcus is called as the central sulcus. Got it? It is called as the central sulcus. In front of the central sulcus, there is presence of the gyrus. Got it? In front of the sulcus, there is presence of the gyrus. This zigzag I am showing you because it is the gyri. Sulci are straight. They are also zigzag as per this thing, but for you to differentiate, I have drawn it in this way. Got it? In the center, this is the sulcus. This is called as the central sulcus. In front of the central sulcus is present the precentral gyrus. Got it? This is precentral gyrus. Got it? Okay? In front of the central sulcus is present the precentral gyrus. Okay? Then behind the central sulcus there is again another gyrus which is present. Got it? Behind the central sulcus there is another gyrus which is present, and this is called as the post-central gyrus. Got it? Behind the central sulcus there is another gyrus which is present, and this is called as the post-central gyrus. Got it? This is called as the post-central gyrus. Now this is the central sulcus, this is the precentral gyrus, this is the post-central gyrus. Okay? This is the central sulcus, this is the precentral gyrus, this is the post-central gyrus. Now, in front of the precentral gyrus, there is presence of a sulcus. Got it? In front of the precentral gyrus, there is presence of the sulcus, and this is called as precentral sulcus. Got it? This is called as precentral sulcus. Okay? In front of the gyrus, there is presence of a sulcus, and this is called as the precentral sulcus. Behind the post-central gyrus, there is another sulcus which is present. Got it? Behind the post-central gyrus, there is another sulcus which is present, and this sulcus is called as the post central sulcus. Got it? It is called as the post central sulcus. So what are the things which are present over here in the middle portion? You have the central sulcus, you have the precentral gyrus, you have the post-central gyrus. Okay? You have the central sulcus, the precentral gyrus, the post-central gyrus. In front of the precentral gyrus, you have the precentral sulcus, and behind this post-central gyrus, you have the post-central sulcus. Okay? So you have a sulci, gyri, sulci. You have a sulci, gyri, sulci. Okay, this is how it is situated. Central sulcus, precentral gyrus, precentral sulcus. You have the central sulcus, post-central gyrus, post-central sulcus. Okay, this is in the center. Now, this is the anterior part, that is the frontal lobe. Got it? This is the anterior part, or this is the frontal lobe. Along the frontal lobe, there are 2 sulci and 3 gyri present. Got it? Along the frontal lobe, there are 2 sulci and 3 gyri present. So the sulci which are present are, you have the superior frontal sulcus, you have the inferior frontal sulcus. Okay, you have the superior frontal sulcus and you have the inferior frontal sulcus. Okay, you have the superior frontal sulcus and the inferior frontal sulcus, and this superior and inferior frontal sulci divide the 3 gyri. Got it? These 2 sulci divide the 3 gyri. The 3 gyri are superior frontal gyrus, the middle frontal gyrus, and the inferior frontal gyrus. So this is the superior frontal gyrus, this is the middle frontal gyrus, and this is the inferior frontal gyrus. So you have the 2 sulci, and the 2 sulci separating the 3 gyri. The superior frontal gyrus, the middle frontal gyrus, and the inferior frontal gyrus. Okay, so the frontal lobe consists of 2 sulci and 3 gyri. The 2 sulci are the superior frontal sulcus, the inferior frontal sulcus, and these 2 sulci separate the 3 gyri. You have the superior frontal gyrus, you have the middle frontal gyrus, and you have the inferior frontal gyrus. Got it? Superior frontal gyrus, middle frontal gyrus, and the inferior frontal gyrus. I hope you will understand, because I am repeating it 3 times so that you understand it in a better fashion. Now, there is an imaginary line which separates the parietal lobe from the occipital lobe. Got it? The parietal lobe from the occipital lobe, and this, for our convenient purpose, we are telling this is an imaginary line. Okay? Now, in the parietal lobe, okay, rather than saying as gyrus, we name it as lobules. Got it? We name it as lobules. So we have the superior parietal lobule, we have the inferior parietal lobule, and we have the interparietal sulcus. Got it? We have the interparietal sulcus. We have the interparietal sulcus. Like this. Got it? Like this. Interparietal sulcus. So in the parietal lobe, we have the superior parietal lobule, the inferior parietal lobule, and this is the intraparietal sulcus. Got it? This portion. This is the intraparietal sulcus. So the parietal lobe consists of superior parietal lobule, inferior parietal lobule, and the intraparietal parietal sulcus, within the parietal lobe. Got it? Intraparietal sulcus. Okay? We have these sulci and this gyri present in the parietal lobe. Now the occipital lobe. In the occipital lobe, we have one sulcus, that is the lateral occipital sulcus. Got it? This is the lateral occipital sulcus. Okay? In the occipital lobe, we have one sulcus, that is the lateral occipital sulcus. This lateral occipital sulcus divides the two gyri, the superior occipital gyrus and the inferior occipital gyrus. Got it? It separates the superior occipital gyrus and the inferior occipital gyrus. And here we have the lateral occipital sulcus. Okay? So the occipital lobe has got two gyri and two sulci. This is the lateral occipital sulcus. Over here on the posterior-most part of the occipital lobe, there is a small curve of a moon-shaped sulcus. This is called as the lunate. Got it? The name itself shows that this is the lunate. That's why you say it is moon-shaped. It is moon-shaped. That's why it is called as the Chandrakor apan म्हणतो ना तसे. This is the lunate sulcus. Okay? So the occipital lobe consists of two sulci. The lateral occipital sulcus, which separates the two gyri, and on the posterior margin there is presence of a curve of a moon-shaped sulcus called as the lunate sulcus. The two gyri are the superior occipital gyrus and the inferior occipital gyrus. You have the superior occipital gyrus and the inferior occipital gyrus. So these are the gyri and the sulci that are present in the occipital lobe. See, I am going one after the other lobe so that you remember. It is not difficult. If you just look at the diagram, things are difficult. But if you go lobe-wise, the things are very simple. It's very easy. And this is how it is seen on the cerebral surface. Got it? This is how it is seen on the cerebral surface. Now remaining is the temporal lobe. The temporal lobe also consists of two sulci. Got it? It also consists of two sulci. The superior temporal sulcus, the inferior temporal sulcus. Now in the beginning only I told you the names of the sulci and gyri are given as per their location into the lobes, isn't it? The parietal is called as parietal only, the frontal is called as frontal, the occipital is called as occipital, the temporal is called as temporal. But only you have to mention the number of sulci and gyri. Only you have to mention about the sulci and gyri. Now in the temporal lobe, you have the superior temporal sulcus and the inferior temporal sulcus. Got it? You have the superior temporal sulcus and the inferior temporal sulcus. These two sulci divide the three gyri. You have the superior temporal gyrus, you have the middle temporal gyrus, and you have the inferior temporal gyrus. So this is the superior temporal gyrus, this is the middle temporal gyrus, and this is the inferior temporal gyrus. Got it? So you have the superior temporal sulcus, inferior temporal sulcus. These two sulci divide the three gyri. That is the superior temporal gyrus, the middle temporal gyrus, and the inferior temporal gyrus. Now my board over here is very small, so I cannot write the full forms. Okay, I have written these small forms. Okay, so you have the superior temporal gyrus, the middle temporal gyrus, and the inferior temporal gyrus. Okay, so now I will revise the whole thing. Slightly behind the midpoint of the superomedial border, is present the central sulcus. In front of the central sulcus is present the precentral gyrus. In front of the precentral gyrus there is a sulcus. It is called as the precentral sulcus. It is called as the precentral sulcus. Then you have the central sulcus over here. Behind that also there is a gyri and there is a sulci present. Behind that is present the postcentral gyrus and the postcentral sulcus. Got it? Is present the postcentral gyrus and the postcentral sulcus. So how you will identify the central sulcus, the precentral gyrus, the precentral sulcus? You have the central sulcus, you have the postcentral gyrus and the postcentral sulcus. Okay? Then we have the frontal lobe. Sorry. We have the frontal lobe. In the frontal lobe also there are presence of two sulci, the superior frontal sulcus and the inferior frontal sulcus. The superior and the inferior frontal sulci separate the three gyri. Got it? They separate the three gyri. You have the superior frontal gyrus, the middle frontal gyrus and the inferior frontal gyrus. I told you gyrus I have drawn in zigzag. Sulci I have drawn in straight line. Okay, for you to understand. Okay, so you have the superior frontal gyrus, the middle frontal gyrus and the inferior frontal gyrus. Okay, understood till here? Now it is the parietal lobe. The parietal lobe consists of the superior parietal lobule. It is a form of gyrus. Got it? Inferior parietal lobule. Okay. It is the superior parietal lobule, the inferior parietal lobule, and within the parietal lobe there is presence of a sulcus. Got it? Within the parietal lobe is present the sulcus called as the intraparietal sulcus. Got it? It is called as the intraparietal sulcus. Then we have the occipital lobe. In the occipital lobe we have the two sulci on the superolateral surface I'm talking about. We have the two sulci and the two gyri. Okay? In the occipital lobe we have the two sulci and the two gyri. The two sulci are the lateral occipital sulcus and the lunate sulcus. Because it appears like the curve of the moon, that's why it is called as the lunate sulcus. You have the lateral occipital sulcus, the lunate sulcus. This lateral occipital sulcus separates the superior orbital gyrus from the inferior orbital gyrus. Got it? So we say this lateral occipital sulcus separates the superior orbital gyrus from the inferior orbital gyrus. Now remaining is the temporal lobe. The temporal lobe also has two sulci and three gyri. It has two sulci and three gyri. Okay? The two sulci are the superior temporal sulcus and the inferior temporal sulcus. Got it? It has got two sulci, the superior temporal sulcus and the inferior temporal sulcus. The superior and the inferior temporal sulci divides the three gyri. It separates the three gyri. The three gyri are the superior temporal gyrus, the middle temporal gyrus and the inferior temporal gyrus. The superior temporal gyrus, the middle temporal gyrus and the inferior temporal gyrus. Okay, so these are the sulci and gyri which you can see on the superolateral surface of the brain. Got it? Yeah, these are the sulci and gyri present on the superolateral surface of the brain. Stop.